Oh my. Good morning, good morning, good morning to all of you here today. Welcome to the big show here. It's your buddy Uncle Bruce. I am your friend. Believe me, I am your friend. Welcome to the show for Monday, July the 22nd, 2024. Another quiet summer weekend has just gone by for everybody, where we can all relax by the barbecue with our friends. We can share summertime stories, and the elders among us can talk to the kids and grandkids and give them worldly advice as to what they should consider doing with the rest of their lives. And mothers and fathers can, coddle their kids and show them the way of the world and how to be good people. Teenagers of the world can listen to their favorite music and roll their eyes when, Uncle Chester starts talking about the good old days. Welcome all to, another wonderful summertime weekend here, July 2024, where absolutely nothing is going on, nothing to worry about anyway. I mean, there's nothing to worry about. Everything is great. I've just been marveling in the last few days just what kind of weeks would we have had? What kind of developments and what kind of emotions would have we been going through in the last week? Had different scenarios played out in the last 8 to 10 days versus what did and did not happen and is happening now. It's just mind-boggling. And talk about a perfect 8-second attention span world in which we live. We are in it, man. We are in this 8-second attention span world right now, all the way, and it's only going to get faster. 7 seconds, 6 seconds. It's absolutely unbelievable. What happened a month ago, no one even can tell you what happened a month ago. A year ago, no one can tell you what happened a year because no one remembers. No one even thinks about what happened a year ago because a year ago no one was paying attention anyway. And here we are in July. Here we are, July 22nd, 2024. The day after one of the most historic events to ever happen in the United States happened, and people are now talking about next week and the week after. They're going forward. It's incredible. It really is. And when you're on the outside of America, looking back, looking into America from an outside view, the rest of the world continues to do what it has been doing out there for probably 8 years, since 2015-16. The rest of the world out there cannot believe the turmoil that Americans continue to go through for 8 straight years. 8 straight years turmoil. It is just stunning to the rest of the planet that one of the greatest countries ever to be put together with some of the most fantastic people out there. We love Americans from so many angles. I mean, the rest of the world loves so much about the USA. It's incredible. Is it a perfect country? Oh no. Is any of our countries outside of America perfect? Oh no. Oh no. But boy, are we amazed at the absolute turmoil that is playing out live. And every week, another chapter is written and rewritten, and it's just mind-boggling. And guy like me, just a tiny little YouTuber with 80-odd thousand subscribers, just making his daily commentary show Monday to Friday when the markets are open, is just trying to kind of remind everyone that he talks to that, hey, this channel is a specialized option writers channel, and you don't have to worry actually about a lot of stuff. That's the really good news. The great news, whether you're in the U.S. or in Canada or in the U.K., Ireland, anywhere in Europe, anywhere else in the world, if you're an option writer or you're an option writer wannabe, um, the good news for all of you out there is you need to be aware of what's going on, sure, but it isn't going to upset your game plan going forward for economic stability. And that right there is something I cannot say to 99.99999% of the rest of the planet. I can only say it to my viewers that being option writers, you have a force field of protection around you, a force field of protection. That's the only way I can. I'm trying to find ways to describe this. You're so fortunate. You're so lucky. You were so open to the idea of writing options to make income. You were willing to look into this. You were willing to give it a look because of all the crap that you have been hit with from every angle. Well-meaning people, loving relatives, best friends at work, golf buddies, curling friends, hunting friends, whatever your social circle is. So many of your connections over your lifetime, well-meaning people have, shared with you, and you've shared with them how to survive economically and how to grow economically and be more stable economically. Whether it's career advice, whether it's real estate advice, you should buy that house or you should renovate your house. It would be good for you. There's all kinds of well-meaning, positive-minded, decent, solid people in your lives who have tried to help you. You've tried to help them, and you deal with every crises as they come up, right? Whether it's a familial problem within your family, or whether it's within your town or your city or your territory, your county, your province, your state, your country. Fantastic. 99.999% of the world is out there to try to make a go of it. And sometimes it's as easy as just keeping your head down and working. Just work hard. Be the best you can be at whatever it is you do, and it'll all take care of itself. And then there are those of you who have kind of gone another direction, and you've ended up here. Somehow you ended up listening to a very old man, not as old as presidential candidates, apparently. I'm not that old, but you're listening to an old man with whatever hair he has left is pretty well all white now, very thin. And you've decided, well, this option writing thing, I'm going to look into it, and if it makes sense, I'm going to give it a try. But if it doesn't make any sense, I'm just going to dump this. And hey, people have come and gone on this channel. There have been people coming and going through this channel over the years, but there is this core group of followers who are, many are Gold Bagel members and Chillin' with Uncle Bruce members and subscribers, who have stuck around here and have been saying to themselves, to their immediate family, and to anyone else who cares to listen, although many of you have given up trying to tell anybody else what you do, hey, what's happening here, month in and month out, and year in and year out, is working for me. And this isn't like a one trade wonder channel. This isn't one of those get rich quick channels where you buy this widget and promote it, you'll get rich. This is a channel where the guy is on the air every day, reinforcing the message that being an option writer might be the place to be for a whole bunch of you folks out there, especially in the crazy, unpredictable world we're in right now. And since 2021, through the nonsense, the unbelievable craziness, the shenaniganism of January 2021 to now, have there been, stories we've talked about and events happen? Oh my God. And here we are with more events, more developments, more shocking, unthinkable developments happening just in the last 10 days. And as an option writer, I can just happily say to you guys, it kind of doesn't matter. It does, but it kind of doesn't for what it is you're ultimately here for. Why are you here is the question. And I'm happy to help you answer why you're here. You're here to make money. You're here to find ways to beat the market. You're here to bring an income source into your hands, either directly that you can use right now for bills and whatever you need it for, or into your retirement portfolios to build your wealth so that you have a shot at a much better retirement than what's been presented to you lately, with some of the returns you've been shown and some of the performance you've been shown, or fees you've encountered to just have people manage your money and do nothing good with it. This channel has appealed to a following that comes back every day, that will not be shaken out, and will tolerate the old man and his rants and just go, I don't care his political leanings, I don't care what he says. The bottom line is, this guy tells me about option opportunities that no one else tells me about, and I make money watching this channel. Simple, end of story. I take his classes, I follow his advice, I ask him questions about the markets, he answers them, and I come back and go, nowhere else can I get this interaction with any other YouTuber. It's kind of like he's talking to me and my account. I can't believe how he nails it all the time. Well, I'm not a politician. I'm not here for an election. I'm not here for a popularity contest. I love the fact that you're here, and I am so honored that you would hit the thumbs up button all the time without me begging you for it. You guys are awesome when you do that. The fact that you've taken some of my classes or all of my classes, or that you've decided, I want to have a one-on-one with this guy. I want to talk to him about my situation, my family situation, my career scenario, whatever. I'm honored to help, and just delighted that you would want to talk to me about that. Fantastic. If I can help you make money, and I can help you with, I was saying on the early show for my Gold Bagel members, if I can give you a safety net underneath, like something to fall back on to protect you against economic disaster, that's the reason why many of you are here. You've figured it out that, yeah, this guy talks to me about writing options. The kind of money I'm bringing in protects me against going bankrupt. That's the bottom line. And whether he's going to help me with a better retirement going forward, or whether he's helping me just get by in this very uncertain world in which we live, or he's just building my confidence to say there's a better way than just be dependent on an employer only, and instead of getting a second or a third job, or having both partners in the household get two jobs each, there's a better way for this to work. And for some of you, it's simply a matter of work-life balance. That's all it is. You just want a better work-life balance. Uncle Bruce, I'm putting in my 40, 50 hours a week at the office or with my employer, however I'm doing it. I just don't want to give any more. And I don't want to have to give another 10 or 20 hours of my life to another employer who's just going to grind me to a pulp. And that takes away time from my kids, from my spouse, from the rest of my family, from my parents, from people that are counting on me to help them through their lives. I need to have a more stable financial existence, and you're helping me do that. And there you go. I am not asking you to work at midnight on a second type job. I'm actually saying to you folks, during the day, while you're working, you can have your money working too for you. and it can make a bunch of dough. Well, you're making a bunch of dough, and combine that into one pot, which is what happened. Uh, you have more money at your disposal than you would otherwise have, which of course allows you now to make financial choices that are your choices to make, not someone else telling you what you have to do. You're no longer dominated by your creditors or your landlord or your mortgage bank, or you now are in the control position to control your assets, and you're in charge of what you choose to do next. This is the ultimate liberator for many of you. And if I in any way can help you get that and get that working for you, then I'm beyond thrilled, because too many of you have been under the thumb of really nasty corporations, difficult managers, overworked managers, managers that like you as a person but have to treat you like garbage because they are told to do that to you and all your coworkers. I get it. I know. I know. I'm 68. I've been around a while. I kind of know this game. Um, Once you get your economic freedom, where you can bring in income from the outside that is not dependent on this one dominant force in your life, this is when your perspective completely changes. This is when you realize, oh my God, I have never been, in the 20, 30 years that I've been working, I have never been in this position before where I could tell my boss to go shove it. I really can. I can tell him, her, them, anytime I want. I can tell them to get lost, because I don't need them anymore like I used to need them. And there is, as I said, the massive shift that we're trying to talk about here every day. Congratulations to those of you out there who have stepped up and have decided to take my classes and start the game plan to learn how to write options. The sale is on. Those of you who don't know, you can pick up 5 of my 17 classes for the price of 4. Any 5 you want. Any 10 for the price of 8. Any 15 for the price of 12. You go ahead. Anytime you want, until the end of this month. So we're now down to 9 days and counting. Today's the 22nd of July. This deal ends at the end of the day on the 31st. So it's good till the end of the month. Those of you who are looking to do this, you can find the list of all the classes I have down below in the description of this video, if you're able to pop that up on your device. Or you can go to my website, which is right here, stockmarkerswithbruce.ca. You'll see the list of classes there. And then you can pick the ones you want. If you have questions about the deal, let me know. I've been having issues with the PayPal link in the last several months. They keep making changes over there. PayPal, as you probably have heard, they have all kinds of problems out there. Nothing to do with security of the funds, but the corporate entity PayPal is just not doing too well. And so people who want to send me dollars, it used to be able to just, paypal.com, send me money. You need to now go to paypal.com, and you now need to enter my name, which of course makes sense. I mean, who are you going to send the dough to? And so what you do is you see down the very bottom down here, that scrolling thing, it says paypal.com. There's my full name. And Traveling with Bruce, this is the name of my original YouTube channel, the travel channel I have. That's how I set this thing up back in 2017 or something. Anyway, you want to make a payment there for $5.99.99 US. Send me an email at hotmail.com right here. Tell me the 5 classes you would like. I'm amazed from time to time. I get people sending me $5.99.99 US, and they don't tell me the 5 classes they want, and they don't send me an email. And I'm sitting there going, okay, thank you for this payment. What would you like? I don't know what to do. And I don't have an email address because it went to PayPal. So I kind of wait and go, well, are they gonna, are you gonna send me an email and tell me the 5 classes? Because what do I do? But it works out. I have yet to leave anyone hanging, but in any event, that's what you need to do. Okay. Thank you all. And again, congratulations to those of you who are buying 5 classes for the price of 4, guys. Um, it uh, it uh, it doesn't surprise me when I find that people buy a couple of classes, then they buy 5 for the price of 4, and they start to send me email messages about trades they're doing, or they talk to me here. I see these new names with these trades, and it shows me that, oh yeah, here's another one. Here's another viewer who was a viewer, became a subscriber, became a class taker, became a member, probably a Gold Bagel member, watches me Wednesday nights for the Gold Bagel primetime show, of course, and every day, half an hour before this show. And now they're writing options, and they're doing credit spreads, and they're doing poor man covered calls, and wherever you're headed. And I have another new follower that has joined the party. But to be fair to all of you who are casually watching, you'll notice that right now there's 194 people watching me right now. That's all there is. There's only 194. You would think that with people that if people could bring in 1,000 to 10,000 a month casually into their accounts by writing options conservatively, you would think there'd be a lot more people than 192 or 94 watching me right now. Wouldn't that make sense to you? But you have to remember, and those of you who are into this game, you know what I'm talking about. If you're into option writing, you know exactly what I'm about to tell you. It takes a special mindset to say to yourself, everything I've been trying to do in the market is generally not working. I make too many mistakes against the wins. I get good stock tips from time to time, but I don't have the patience to wait them out. I don't know when a good time is to sell for a profit. I always get in too late. I get out too soon. And then I get into the wrong stock at the wrong time. And I lose money in the market. I cannot afford to actually lose in the market. And so I'm afraid now, after being burned so many times in the stock market, I'm afraid of anything else. And listening to this guy, Uncle Bruce, on YouTube, I'm supposed to listen to a guy who's in Canada, not even in America. He's not even an American. The guy's Canadian. I'm supposed to listen to this guy? Really? Oh, come on. If he is so dang good, if his option writing classes are just so fantastic and people swear by them, why doesn't he have 19,000 people watching him right now? I mean, the guy's got 190 people. The guy's a loser. He has no following. Why should I give a crap about this guy? There's the most common thing, and those of you who are trying desperately to tell your best friends and relatives, you should be doing this. They go, if he's so damn good, why doesn't everyone do it? Why doesn't everyone I know write options? Why is it only you, Joe, Betty, Debbie, Janet, Fred? Why only you? Why are you the only option writer in this family that I know of? Why doesn't anyone else in the family do what you do if it's so damn good? And you don't have an answer for that, except to say, you've got to think about, you got to do a George Costanza. You got to think the opposite. And your relatives and friends just go, you've lost me. Okay, I love Seinfeld. I love watching reruns on Seinfeld. I know about George Costanza doing the opposite. Everything started to work for George. I'm not George Costanza. I'm a winner. I don't need to do anything. I just buy stock every month. Every month I put money into some ETFs and I let the pros from Dover handle it all for me. And you're the one who's saying, how's that going? How you doing with that strategy? Are you about to retire when you hit 65? Are you going to be a millionaire? I hope so. If it's working, why argue? Hey, it's working for you, fabulous. But how many relatives do you know, friends and others, who are just struggling? Yeah, no kidding. And there is no safety net underneath their paycheck. They are vulnerable. One missed paycheck, two missed paychecks, three missed paychecks. All of a sudden, they're in financial default all over the place. And how many times have you seen that happen? Have you? I mean, it just goes on and on and on. In any event, there it is. I appreciate you all being here. I appreciate the opposite opinion from some of you. It's all good. And I appreciate you all, for being skeptical. It's okay. It's the way it is. But there's a reason why we're here. We do what we do, and we're doing what we're doing, and we're writing option. Have you seen my poll question today? Have any of you been watching that? Looks like 173 of you have answered the poll question, and I was just wondering, with all the developments over the weekend, I thought, well, President Biden, for the good of the country and for the good of his party and whatever, stepped aside and allowed a younger person to take over the reins of the party going forward. I was wondering, well, what about Donnie? Maybe Trump should step back because he's too old to be the president of the United States. After all, in the next 4 years, he's going to be to 82, 83 years old. Maybe for the good of the party, he would step back and allow Mr. Vance to lead the charge. He's got his young guy there. Maybe that would be a good thing. So the question is, should Trump step back because he's too old to run for president? I mean, after all, we make such a big deal about how old people are. Maybe, and I tell you, the first 15 responses I saw come in were no, he should just keep going. Now it's 58% no, 42% say yes. I find that kind of interesting. So yeah, 184 votes. 42% are saying yeah, he should step back. He's too old. This whole thing about age, he's not immune from that argument. Now he's the old man. Because couldn't he become really feeble in the next couple of months? Next year or two, could he become quite feeble and start to forget things? And after all, things can happen to a guy when they start turning 80. I wonder. Anyway, 58% are saying no, he's good to go. It's not. It might be it's good for the goose, but not the gander. We're okay. Well, I just wanted to know. I'm just curious. You guys let me know what your thoughts are on that. Please answer the poll question. Thank you all. Thanks also to the 95 of you who have hit the thumbs up button without me begging for it. Thank you very much for that. And appreciate you all very much. Welcome to the show. Yeah, what a weekend, huh? I thought last weekend was something. This weekend was something else. What's going to happen next weekend? Who's going to be the vice presidential nominee for the Democrats? Oh, there's a whole bunch of stuff to think about here, isn't there? Unbelievable. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me today. By the way, LBC, hey, welcome to the party, pal. LBC has joined the channel. Appreciate that. Nice to have you in. I don't think I can see any more of the level of membership anymore. I don't think I can go back far enough. But welcome to the group and the gang. It's nice to have you here, and I welcome you to the party. We're opening up in about 30 minutes here, and thank you all for coming through and being part of the family today. Appreciate this. Yeah, what's going to happen with the stock market? Just what does this all mean? Oh my gosh, it's going to be wild. It was one heck of a rally last week. We started a rotation the week before that, and now are we now witnessing another reason for this rally? Developments over the weekend? Is that what it is? I don't know yet. We don't historically, we'll find out historically later. We will. This will be analyzed. Don't worry. Someone will come out later with a complete breakdown as to what happened and why and how and all that good stuff. But yeah, this is going to be something crazy. It is historical. No doubt about it. The thing I remember in 1968, I was 13 going on, I guess I was going to be 14, but I do remember the moment when President Johnson announced that he would not seek or accept the nomination for the Democratic Party, and that he would resign. He would be the president until the end of his term, and then he wouldn't run anymore. And he that was what was it, 19? Trying to remember the year here. 68. I think it was 68 was the year of the election, and January 69 or February 69, Nixon took over. Johnson died in 74, I think it was. He passed away in 74. So had he won another election, which I don't know if he would have, but if he had, he would have been president until 1973. But he died in 1974. He had serious health issues, congenitive heart failure. I mean, the guy was the perfect candidate today for a triple, quadruple bypass, pacemaker, hypertension drugs. I mean, the guy was, in really, really bad shape. But anyway, that was that. The man made a comment here. I mean, I have 4,500 in my account. I'm making about 150, 200 a week just writing cash secured puts and covered calls on GameStop. So this works. Thank you very much. Bobby, did anything happen over the weekend I need to worry about? Lester, I've totally lost my respect for Uncle Bruce. I mean, you telling us what's going on, I have lost all respect for you. If you would just make shit up and just tell me that everything's going to be okay, I'd stay with you. But you're just I just can't watch you anymore. It's too bad. Easy come, easy go. What can I say? Welcome everybody to the show. How you doing, everybody? Nice to have you all here, and like I say, I appreciate you all popping in to say hi. We've gone member only on the commentary. Too much vitriol out there, I think. Yeah. Charlie, hey, welcome to LBC. Welcome. You've joined a great crew here. Welcome. And Bobby, by the way, we can buy booze in Ontario again because the government employed retail employees that run all the government liquor stores have apparently are calling off the strike, and it's all going to be good again. We had that scenario here in this province in Alberta up until about 1980 or so. That was what, 44 years ago. We stopped this nonsense. Here in this province, it was dominated by the Bible thumpers. This province was Bible thumper central, and booze, to buy alcohol in Alberta, was a real ordeal. Women could not buy alcohol unless they were, of course, 21, and if they walked into a liquor store, government run, the liquor employee had to verify the fact that she was old enough to buy alcohol. And in the earliest days, liquor store employees would escort a woman out of the store with her purchase to her car. I don't know what was she up to. I have no idea. We had beer stores and we had alcohol stores, like spirits, and all government employees, all unionized, and they would have strikes starting June the 1st every contract year, second year, third year, and they would go on strike seeking 20% pay raises, or there would be no alcohol in the summertime. And the premier of Alberta was eventually was trying to remember, it might have been under a fellow by the name of Ralph Klein. Ralph Klein in Alberta was a reporter. He was a news reporter, and he covered City Hall. And Ralph Klein did his news stories every day for the local TV network, TV station, local. And then at 4 or 5 o'clock, he'd be done for the day, and he would head over to a place called the St. Louis, the hotel, behind City Hall, about a block away, and drink draft beer and eat fried chicken and hang out with the politicians and the council guys and other reporters and whatever, and he'd get blitzed. He decided to run for mayor of Calgary in 1981, 2 or something, and he won in a landslide against council members who wanted now to become the mayor. He was running against politicians, and he won in a landslide. As a reporter, he became the mayor of Calgary. And then in 1989-90, he left the mayorship and ran for provincial government, got elected for the provincial government, like state government. And within 5 years, he was the premier of Alberta. He was the governor, like of a state in the United States. He was the premier. And he legislated out, I'm going to guess it was Ralph. Could have been just before him. But by the time Ralph showed up, all alcohol in Alberta now would be sold in dedicated liquor stores run by private individuals. And the deal was that if you had a Costco, you could not sell booze inside the Costco store. You had to have a building beside the Costco store to be able to sell. It could still be Costco liquor, but it had to be beside the building. So no children would be exposed to alcohol inside the Costco store, as if this is a problem. But it's the same for grocery stores, the Safeways of the world. They would have the Safeway store, and then next door nearby would be a Safeway liquor store, if they had one at all. Most liquor stores in Alberta are mom and pops. They are mom and pop businesses employing tens of thousands of people, students, university who get part-time jobs working in these places, that type of thing. And it's all controlled. The alcohol is all controlled through the government. You have to buy through them to get the booze in your store, and then you can sell the booze for whatever price you want. And of course, that's private enterprise, and so some folks sell a bottle of rye for 50 cents more than they pay for it. Some charge $2 more, whatever you can get. For the average Albertan, 7 days a week, 12 hours a day availability of alcohol. And the days of Monday to Friday only alcohol sales, and government employees who would work at their pace were over, and no more strikes. And it was one of the most popular things they ever did here in this province. Ontario is still back in 1980 with government employees doing liquor sales. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable. Out here in West, we laugh at Ontario. We just chortle to no end the political football that is out there. We're out here, it's not even a factor anymore. It's incredible. What can I say? But the propaganda out of Ontario against provinces that have done what we've done, oh, you cannot believe it. It's like we've thrown the church under the bridge, and we're anti-Christian, and we're anti-people, and we're anti-employee, and we're the worst. It's incredible, folks. Pete Buttigieg, please, says Flint Creek. Thank you, everybody, for popping here and seeing me. Richard Carlin, neat. Pete Dizzle, neat. Welcome all. Nice to have you here. Dude, I'm writing put spreads on NVIDIA or MSTR, taking some winners off in MSTR. MSTR had a 12% gain on Friday. James of the Misty Tree, good morning. I'm the 109 thumbs up today. And Charlie, thanks for reminding me of the block feature. Dude, no buy and hold for me. Write a spread 2 weeks out, 60, 70 days expiry, take off, and I get 50% profit. Charlie, no worries, James, my pleasure. Puddin' Pie, I love learning about Canada. I live so close to Canada, but know nothing about its politics or history. Lorraine, there is a Costco in Brooklyn on 3rd Avenue that sells liquor separately in an adjacent building. And Charlie, the liquor store employees make good money and are unionized. It's a decent job for working. Oh, it used to be a great job here, too. It used to be a great job. You work Monday to Friday, 9 to 5, People worked 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and they had to sneak out of work to buy a 12-pack of beer from these morons. Um, you couldn't shop on Saturday or Sunday for alcohol. It was all antiquated. It was absolutely ridiculous, and the province was running into blackmail every time contracts came up, complete blackmail by these unions. And the public had enough. I mean, the public just said, enough is enough. This is BS. And they wiped it out. It's been this way now for 40 years, 35, 40 years. And I can tell you that I can literally walk to a liquor store from here, about 3 blocks away from my apartment building. And the store is 900 square feet. It's run by a guy with like 5 employees. And they're like university students, minimum wage employees. And they're grateful that you come in. They are grateful for the business. There's another liquor store 3 blocks over here. There are some stores that are specialists in just wine only. They have really a huge selection of wine. Everybody has their favorite store to go to. And what can I say? At Costco, they sell the big bottles at the best price in town, and so on and so forth. We don't miss. I can assure you, we do not miss the old days, because those unionized employees and their leaders had the province by the throat, and the voters just went, "We're out of here." And sure enough, it's changed, and we're never going back. Bobby, thanks, Uncle Bees. Love the old timey rants. No problem, buddy. Dude, NVIDIA put spreads might be on my list today. Also, Big E, both my GameStop 2024 July 19 call 25 and GameStop puts ended worthless on Friday. Optimal finish. Nice job, White Feather. The Big E, nice, well done. Way to go. We are 17 minutes away from opening here for the session. We're going to see how this market wants to react to some of the developments in the last couple of weeks. How does this market want to go? I noticed oil is last I looked at it, it was under 80. Let's take a look right now. Let's kind of pop up our pre-market quotes and take a peek here. I show Rocket Lab down up 8, SoFi up 8, GameStop down 13. I've got Apple up 260, Tesla up 440, Microsoft up 330, Alphabet up 270, Amazon up 176, Nvidia up 274, Meta Platforms back to 486, up 940, Goldman up a quarter. Over on the markets, let's take a look over here if we can. The Dow is up 67. S&P is up 33, and NASDAQ is up a healthy 210 points, 1% gain for NASDAQ, 0.15 of a percentage point gain for the Dow. But look at crude oil, down 77 cents right now to 79.36. We might break 79 today into the 78 range. That means oil and gas, gasoline prices will drop at the pump somewhat. Interesting. Good news for any driver out there, no doubt about that. Interesting what's going on, isn't it? Yeah. Puddin' pie, Bobby, 100%. There you go. Love the old timey rants. There you go. Oh, the old days. I remember my mother when I was a child in Ontario. My mother used to go into a liquor store, and she had to fill in a form. You remember? You'd walk into a liquor store, it would be like a bank. Very high ceiling, a counter at the very back that was about 5 feet high, very high counter, covered in like a granite top. And then they had these wire barriers like bank tellers in the old Wild West, and you would come up with your slip of paper and you would slip it under the little opening, and the employee of the liquor store, government employee, lazy as get up, slow motion person, would look at what you wanted. They would go to the back while you waited, and there'd be like 4 or 5 wickets available, and there was only 1 or 2 wickets open, and there would be a lineup of 10 people waiting for these slow, unmotivated people And my mom would say, want to buy a 12 pack of beer and a bottle of whiskey or something. And he would bring it out. He would charge her first, right? He'd get the money off her first, give her a receipt. Then he'd go to the back and he would wheel it out on wheels. It would come out on wheels onto the side, and then he would hand it over to her. And I think my mom was allowed to carry it out of the store. Now, some of these guys, if my mother came in to buy like what we called a 2-4, which is a 24 pack of beer, in Ontario you could buy 2-4s. In Alberta you can only buy 12 packs. So if you want a 2-4s and you want 24 beer, you have to buy 2 12 packs. But in Ontario you could buy a big case of 24 bottles of beer. They would carry it to your car. They would do that, but you'd have to wait for a person to come out and do that for you. It was slow motion retail like you can't believe. Cash only, no checks, no credit cards, cash only. And it was laborious. It was just laborious, and nobody liked it. Nobody. But in Ontario, it's still that way. From the 1960s, hasn't changed. Still, in its own unique way, it's still that way. But yeah, government employees. Oh, did they have a prohibition like in the USA? No, did not. We did not have speakeasies like in the USA. And in Canada, alcohol was still available, but at controlled locations. So hotels with a license could have a tavern. It was very restrictive nonetheless, but no, it was not prohibition like in America. They did not pass an amendment to the Constitution like they did in the US, which eventually was overturned. Unbelievable. So Canadians got very wealthy. A number of Canadians became very wealthy rum-running, running booze across the U.S. border through open fields in the prairies in Western Canada for sure. There was this unbelievable leakage into America of how much alcohol would arrive from Canada. It was a huge business. It was nuts, absolutely nuts. Yeah, where there was a will, there was a way to get alcohol into Americans' hands. Those who wanted it, they found a way to get it. Unbelievable. Anyway, there you go. This helped the Canada with the dirty 30s. I mean, there were some Canadians in the 30s who survived economically because they were smuggling booze into the United States to their American buyers. It was just insanity. Just insanity. Yeah, what can I say? We're your pals. We're here to help you. Don't you worry, Americans. You want to pass that again? We're here for you. Oh my God, insanity. Welcome all to the program. Oh my gosh, Buffett, the Berkshire Hathaway company, Oracle of Omaha's company, sold $1.5 billion of the Bank of America stock. Don't read that as too shocking of a headline. Just so you know, those of you who are under 40 years of age, you probably don't know this, or you may not be aware of this if you're under 40. But back in 2008, during the financial crisis, which is now 16 years ago, so if you were 36, you were 20 at the time, you may or may not have been aware of this fact, that Warren Buffett single-handedly saved Bank of America from a big problem. And what he did was he received a phone call while he was at a Dairy Queen with his grandkids, because the Oracle of Omaha, Warren Buffett, owns Dairy Queen as part of his portfolio of companies. And so he was at a DQ with his grandkids, and a phone call came in from the CEO, chairman of Bank of America, and they had just acquired Merrill Lynch for $2 a share, just before Merrill Lynch was to go bankrupt. They were just about to go bankrupt from the economic fallout with all those mortgage-backed securities that blew up in everyone's face, and so Bank of America called him and told him that they would like to borrow $5 billion from him. And he said, "Oh yeah, sure, you're good for it," he said. And so he lent them $5 billion in cash on the spot, on a phone call. But the deal was 10% interest on the money, 5-year guaranteed 10% interest, and then convertible into Bank of America stock at like $10 a share. It's a super cheap price. And the bank said, yeah, no problem, done, automatic, done. So it was a special convertible preferred share created just for him for, I think it was $5 billion, it might have been up to $15 billion. He may have had an option to go up to $15 billion. And he took the money, he took the interest for years, and then he converted it all into the stock and has made an absolute fortune. And so selling off this little bit of stock is a nothing burger. He'll continue to do that, selling it much higher than he ever paid for it. Yeah, Warren Buffett, where do you go when there's nowhere to go and there's a financial crisis? There's nowhere to go. The Bank of America could not do a public stock offering. Lehman Brothers just went under. Bear Stearns just went under. JP Morgan was in trouble, or perceived in trouble. Goldman Sachs seemed to be in trouble. Everyone seemed to be in trouble, including Bank of America. And Bank of America wanted to say to the world, we just raised $5 billion like that. That's how strong we are. The fact that they had to pay 10% interest to get it was kind of not bragged about. You go to Warren Buffett. That was one of the few places you could go to raise money. And that's how the chairman of Bank of America decided to look after things. Unbelievable. Yeah, crazy. Thank you all for joining me this morning. We're opening in 7 minutes. The financial crisis of 2008, 2009 was a turning point in the business world, a major turning point. It was a revelation to those of us in the business who understood most of what was happening as it was collapsing. And we all realized how over-leveraged most of the largest investment banks in the United States were to many areas of the market. And they portrayed a very strong, image of greatness. But at the end of the day, they were leveraged up to their wazoos, and they were totally overextended. And it cost several firms everything. They went under. And then it caused a number of firms to be bought at pennies a share, to be taken over for next to nothing. And then the U.S. government had to step in with $700 billion of emergency funding plus. And no one went to jail. No one was ever convicted of a crime because they were too big to fail. And in Canada, there are 6 major banks only. There are 6 big banks in Canada, highly regulated, highly monitored by the federal government, the Bank of Canada, and none of them got into trouble. None of them. As a matter of fact, all 6 Canadian banks went to the markets to raise money to shore up their balance sheets. None had problems raising any money from anywhere. Pension funds, mutual funds were just happy to buy Royal Bank, Toronto Dominion, Bank of Nova Scotia, Bank of Montreal, any of the notes that they wanted to offer, oversubscribed each and every time. The Canadian banks could just haul in all kinds of cash. Not a problem. The Bank of Canada was also there to back them up, and they never needed it. They never needed government bailout to come in. But for the American system, it was a shock. It was an absolute shock for Canadians and foreigners to see how the American system almost collapsed under its own weight. It was shocking. And this was so-called the strongest banking system on the planet. And it was a real eye-opener. And of course, you ever watch the movie The Big Short, or you ever watch movies about the financial crisis, it's somewhat difficult to follow to a degree, but it is a fascinating thing to follow. It's absolutely fascinating to watch. Truly amazing. There you go. That was then, and this is now. 7:26 is the time here in Calgary, 9:26 in New York. Thank you all for joining me and welcome to the party. Great to have you here. We're opening in 4 minutes. We're going to see what this market wants to do and see how the market works for you today. We'll see just what's going on. Thank you all for being here. We lost 377 points on Friday. That was the loss for the Dow on Friday. So far this morning, the Dow seems to be up 47. Not much of a recovery, but we do have a 34-point recovery on the S&P 500, which is 2/3 of a point. And we do seem to have a 225-point gain right now on NASDAQ, which is 1.15% so far this morning. So that we do see right now. On the market list, on the pre-opening quotes or just before the opening here, Rocket Lab shows a gain of 7, SoFi up 10 at 757. GameStop down a dime. Matterport is off barely a penny. 23andMe is up 1.7 cents, 46 cents or so. Spire, no change. ATIP up a penny. And Smart Rent, no change. And on Apple, still holding a gain on the Magnificent Seven. 259 on Apple, 450 on Tesla, 358 on Microsoft, 297 on Alphabet, 173 on Amazon, and 236 on Nvidia, with Facebook up 1099 first thing this morning. So all 7 Magnificent Sevens are nicely higher. Almost all of them at least 1 or 2 percentage points higher. Microsoft 0.75% higher. Amazon 0.83%. Everyone else up 1 to 2%. That is the story so far today, and we'll be opening in 2 minutes. And let's see what the market brings us for today. That's the story. I'm sticking to it. Let's see what else is going on here. Yes, White Feather. I was so surprised how easily the rating agencies could be influenced to overrate those MBS transfers. They were full of very high risk loans. They were paid. They were paid by the banks, and Standard & Poor's and S&P rating agencies were competing for the business, and they would say to anyone who asked, well, if we don't give them a AAA rating, the other firm will, and they'll just go to the other firm for the ratings. And the public is going, that's how you gave AAA ratings to these pieces of crap loan portfolios? Holy moly. No one went to jail. No one got charged with a crime. Unbelievable. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah. Good afternoon from Beach Boy. Good morning, Beach Boy. Welcome to the program. Welcome to the show. Hi, everybody. Nice to have you here. We're a minute away from the open. We're going to see what this market has in store for all of you today. I show GameStop off 14 cents. Pre-market volume, 631,000. Nothing burger here. Tesla trading down $10 a share to 230. No. Up $5 a share. Pardon me. Was down 10 on Friday. It's up $5 this morning on Tesla. On Google, we're up $3. We were up 17 cents on Friday. Okay, so we're waiting to see how things start. We start opening here in just a few moments. Larry Titus has made it official. We're open. We're up. We're running. We're trading. We're in business. Let's see what's going on. Welcome all to the show. And to Monday, July the 22nd, 2024, where nothing is happening anywhere else. It's all in the markets. That's where all the action is. There's nothing going on anywhere else. Nothing to see here. Richard Carlin, neat. There you have it right there. I'm showing a 120 gain on the Dow, this first moment of trading. We'll see how that works itself out. AI showing a 36-cent gain. GameStop actually up 16 cents at 25.11. We'll see how long it lasts. 25.18 now, up 20 cents a share on 900,000. SoFi up 13 to 760 now. Nvidia's up 218 a share. Rocket Lab up 7 and Matterport up 2. And there's where I'm showing it right now. Charlie, let's go. Yeah, baby. Let's make this happen. Let's bring in some more dough from this marketplace. Thank you very, very much. We're up 530 on Tesla. Google's up 291. So we've got Magnificent 7 stocks reacting favorably right now. Nvidia up $2. looking good. Rocket Lab up 7, Matterport up about 3 cents a share. We got some movement here and there. 25.23 on GameStop. The high of the day, 25.33 already. So we're up about 18, 20 cents, give or take, but we're now slumping a bit. The early morning 2-3 minute run is on. We'll see just where things settle out in the first hour, and we'll kind of take it from there. Let's see what the market wants to do. 246.18, up 669 on Tesla shares so far. So not too bad. Smart rent up a penny. Apple up 324. We've got Tesla up 665. Google up 298. Microsoft up 376. Meta up 987. Amazon up 44. Even Netflix is up 238 a share. We got gains there. Super Micro Computer 795.58 down $1.20. Not much happening yet. Uber up 73 cents. Adobe up 375. AMD is up 179 at 153.37. Unity down 3 cents. Enphase up $1.93. And Moderna up 97 cents. Cisco down 12. Pfizer up 14. That's what we got happening at this absolute 2-minute warning, 2-minute time frame into the day so far. Dow up 106 at the moment. James of the Misty Tree. Neat, Brian. Neat. The knee emojis are coming out because of the power of the Knights of Knee behind this market. That's what's going on right now. 249 viewers are here. Welcome, 249 diehards, to the channel. Thank you for the thumbs up so far, everybody. Let me know what number you are if you can. I appreciate it. And thank you. 130 of you now. Thank you. And on the poll question, 279 votes have come in. The question is, should Trump step back because he's too old to run for president? Should he do what Biden did? Should he step back and allow maybe Vance to take over for him? 57% saying, oh, no. Biden was too old. Trump is not too old. 43% are going, actually, for the good of the country, if he stepped back and now we had, like a 40-year-old and a 50-year-old running for president, that could be better for the country. That's 43 to 57% here. Very interesting poll. This used to be like 90-10. No way, they'd say. 57 to 43. Hey, let me know. Hit the poll question and let me know your answer. Just what should be done here? Big move this weekend. How is this going to play out now going forward? Man, oh man, I'll tell you, 133 thumbs ups. Thank you again, everybody, for that. Appreciate you all coming through here for us and saying hi. Yeah, what is going to happen with this election? Oh my gosh, I don't know. For option writers, what's going to happen is option writers are going to get richer. That's what I think is going to happen. I think option writers are going to do very well. And option writers just keep doing what you're doing. Write calls against your stock, out of the money calls. Those of you writing poor man cover calls, write short-term out of the money calls. Let the risk go to the gamblers. Cash secured puts. You like a stock's upward potential, then write out of the money cash secured puts. Take the premium and say, hey, look, I'll buy this stuff if I have to, but at a discount, thank you, and the premium discount, thank you. Maybe I'll do that. Well done. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, Nazareth. See, he's too old to talk. Honestly, I'm off for today. The guy was just shot at last week. We've been saying Biden's been told for years now. It's sick, the speed of the pivot. Isn't it wild out there? So, it's wild out there. It's truly an 8-second attention span election and economy and world in which we live. It truly is an 8-second attention span world that we have come into, where people are giving 8 seconds for something to happen, good or bad. If something doesn't happen in 8 seconds, we're not happy, and that's a lot of what's going on. I kind of wonder. Dow's up 153 points in 6 minutes. So 6 minutes, the Dow's positive, more positive than it was showing when I last told you about the pre-market. So we are definitely seeing an improvement in that. We're up 0.4%. We were only up 40 points on the Dow 7 minutes ago in the pre-market. So this Dow is definitely powering higher. S&P is up even more. It's up 44 now. That's a 0.8% gain. And the NASDAQ is holding its own. 200-point gain, 205, up 1.18%. So there's the definite movement there. Oil off 70 cents a barrel to 79.43. So we could not hold $80 this morning on oil, no matter how much the oil shills have been trying to convince you that we're going to 110 bucks a barrel, 120 bucks a barrel. It's not even holding 80 right now. So there's pressure on the oil market because the world isn't using as much as the shills want to claim the world needs. Kind of interesting. The other news today I saw, I don't know about you guys, but I saw it talking about China. The real problems China's having, internal issues, economic issues that are pretty bad. Not looking good. That real estate market in China is a nightmare. The factory utilization numbers are apparently very bad, and export numbers are not doing well out of China right now. So that's kind of interesting. We have 136 thumbs ups, by the way, and we now have only 57% of my poll responders are saying that that Trump should not step back. It used to be like 90%, then it was 65%, then it was 60, 59, 58. Now 57% are saying no, he should stay on. 43% are saying no, he should step back. He's too old. Trump is too old to run for president. 43% are saying he's too old. 57% are going, no, he's fine. He's okay. Nothing to see here. We're fine. Well, we'll see how this goes. We have 300 respondents now on the poll question. That's pretty good. Thank you for all of you, 300 of you who have responded to the poll question. 57% say, nah, he's not too old. 43%, yeah, he's kind of too old. Okay. Well, we'll see how this goes. This poll is getting tighter and tighter and tighter. 141 thumbs ups, only 59 to go to get to 200. Thank you, everybody, for helping out. If you can help with the thumbs up today, thank you for that as well. I appreciate it. Oh my, what can I say? Let's see what's going on. Brian, number 136, good morning, sir. Good morning, Brian. Thank you. Anyway, what can I say? Lorraine is saying, Uncle Bruce, it's not an age thing, Individuals that can be my children compliment me on how I think. And I love it. I love this. A stock option sensei. Ooh, no, not engineers. Electricians. Maybe we should have electricians run for president. How about plumbers? Oh gosh, I don't know. We'll see how all this plays out, kids. Thanks again, those of you who are been grabbing these classes. They're on sale right now to the end of the month. If we can help you with that, let me know. Thank you all. Cindy, I think if it was worded differently, it might be different. There was more than just age with Biden, not a Trump friend, but he seems mentally healthy in a Trump kind of way. Brian, definitely not architects though. Dude, I mean, Biden is still functional, correct? I mean, how old is he? Trump has 3 years on him? Perfect timing, right? Charlie, Trump is still in charge of his mental faculties. Biden hasn't been mentally there for a few years. Age has nothing to do with it. There you go. It's the competency. I can't even say the word. Your mental faculties. Maybe that's what it is. Yeah, I mean, look, I think Trump did the right thing. In my personal, humble opinion, I think he did the right thing. Run out the term. Fair enough. Let the Democrats run for the position, and Biden will be in the House, or keep in the House with his advisors under control. That'll be fine. I'm okay with that. Sure. Anyway, there you go. Dude, he'll start the decline, and they'll give us Vance. See, that's the thing right now. If you vote for the one ticket, you've got the VP right there. You know who the VP would become VP. You know. Now you got to ask yourself, are you happy with both of these guys? Depending on what happens here, or what happens if there's a stroke in the middle of the night from all that French fry eating. I don't know. I don't know. And then there's the other ticket. And what will it be? What will the other ticket be? How young will they be? And, how much experience are we dealing with here? And you got to wonder who would be the VP there. That would be something. Yeah, there's a dude just trying to get you looking the bright side. There you go. What can I say? It is what it is. It is nothing like it. In Russia, the guy running the show there will never leave. If you figured that out already, he will never, ever quit. There will only be one way that Mr. Putin is going to not be the guy running Russia. Okay, there's only one way. You all know what that is. In other dictator type countries, in Venezuela, there's only one way he's going to leave the office. In Iran, the supreme leader, there's no election for the supreme leader. So, there's only one way that guy leaves. China, president for life. There's only one way that Xi Jinping is leaving the office of president of China. There's only one way, okay? So, in certain countries where, there really aren't elections to put the top people in, they don't retire for the good of the country early. You don't see that anywhere. You see that anywhere else? Not really. So it is what it is. What can I say? What can I say? Anyway, do we all keep you young, Uncle Bruce? Well, you sure keep me engaged. I'll tell you that. You're making me pay attention to the whole thing out there. I mean, all weekend long, I'm watching the news. I'm following this and that, and answering emails, and you sure are keeping me engaged. Christine, your poll question should be: should he step down because he isn't qualified? How about that, dude? I was a Bernie guy, though, so take what I say with a grain of salt. He's even older. There you go, Charlie. I love and respect your stock wisdom. Your politics are so obviously biased, but you are entitled to your opinion. A 98-year-old World War II veteran gave a speech last week and was mentally sharp. Isn't it great when you see people like that? There's few and far between, though, but I love it. Lame duck Kennedy might not win, but he'll stir things up. Lorraine, I'm appalled to see his own party went after him like a ton of rocks. No empathy. We see the decline, but I mean, come on. Brian, what is it? I'd heard the previous New Zealand Prime Minister was voted in at 37 and she retired at 43. Makes sense to me. She, of course, I think the death threats were enough. I think she had enough of that, and having young children. God bless her. More power to her. And New Zealand, love you guys no matter what you're doing. Charlie, what is a disgrace is all the Democratic voters of Biden in primaries just had their vote tossed. They likely won't get a voice in the potential candidate. It'll be determined by the Democratic leadership. Well, of course, you knew the ticket going in, but yeah, here we are, right? Malaysia recently had a PM who was 98, 99 years old. He was mentally and physically well. There you go. Yeah, yes. Very nice. I kind of wonder if there should be an age limit for the Supreme Court. Should there be an age limit for governors, premiers in Canada, prime ministers in Canada, an age limit for presidents? Britain, same thing. Should we make it 70, 75 as the upper limit for all political office? Should there be a term limit? I don't know. I just, there's certain people who will not leave until they are carried out on a gurney. You know how it is. It's crazy. Dude, I watched every night of the RNC, and they were floating on air. They are motivated. The election's about Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, Arizona. The rest of us doesn't matter, I guess. Brian, I was not aware of that. I thought she was well liked and was one of the best PMs they ever have. Oh, well, they were lucky to have her for what they did. Oh, she was wonderful. She was fantastic. And she resigned, said enough's enough, God bless her for it. But yeah, there were death threats. It was not good. It's not, even in New Zealand. Kiwis? Really? Are you that violent of people? There are nut jobs everywhere in any country, of course. Brian, happy Monday as well to everybody. Welcome. White Feather, the U.S. definitely needs term limits for Congress. Oh my goodness. Yeah. What about Mitch? Are we going to see any more freezing episodes where Mitch just kind of goes for 23 seconds? I mean, hello. I cannot believe how complete silence from the Republicans when Mitch McConnell's froze twice on live television. Froze. Comatose. Twice. No one said a word. No, he's fine. He's fine. DB, in my opinion, there should be an age limit for public office. Too many people take advantage of those positions. Dude, it's true. The Dems used to not have an open primary in the 60s. I think they just picked their candidate that speaks of the rigged primaries we've had since 16. Well, it's a system that's out there. Britain had a full-blown national election in 30 days. France had a full-blown national election for all the parliament seats in 3 weeks. The United States always has an election going on. Always. It is truly mind-numbing. When we're on the outside looking in, it's just mind-numbing. I'm amazed that there are any trees still standing in the United States because of all the political signs that are put up on people's lawns for mayor, sheriff, prosecutors, controllers, treasury, state legislators, governor, federal elections, like all the offices that the Americans have to vote for. It's just amazing how many there are. And there's no set day for all of it. It's like every 2 years for Congress, every 4 years for president. Certain cities have every 2 or 3 year cycles. It's crazy. It's just wild. The biggest winners in the United States, I think, from the election campaigns are the television and radio stations, and now the internet providers. They make the most money because of all the advertising. I think they're the winners. Christina, what the heck is happening to SoFi? What's happening with SoFi? What it's do? 740. What's going on with SoFi? Next week, Tuesday, are the results. I mean, come on, SoFi. You can go up right now. 741. Come on, SoFi. $25 on GameStop, up 3 cents. The low of 24.81, the high of 25.33. We've got a 50-cent spread on GameStop. There's nothing going on here. 2 million traded. Tesla, 249, up 10.90 a share. Tesla's doing great today. Google's up 430. They're doing great today. Magnificent Seven are doing great today. AI is up 27 cents. It's looking okay. Nvidia's up $5. Rocket Lab is up 5 cents. No change on Matterport. Smart Rent up 3.5 cents. ME up a half a penny. Apple's up 2.50. Tesla up 10.89. Google up 4.35. Microsoft up 6.30. Netflix is up 4. Meta, the Facebook stock, 4.91, up $14. Amazon up 1.16. Spiders are up 5.29. Qs are up 7.49. Super Microcomputer, though, down 3.78 a share at 7.93, surprisingly. Uber is up 64 cents. Adobe up 5.26. AMD up 4.40 to 155.98. Trying to come a little bit better, There you go. What can I say? Sharon is saying that uh, Jacinda Ardern, during the former New Zealand Prime Minister, lovely lady, but she's never had a real job in her life, did a lot of damage that foreigners cannot see. It's going to take New Zealand some time to recover from the damage she and her inexperienced government did. See, there you go. And not everyone's a fan. Brian, so if I took a little dive there, Brian, Sharon, what kind of damage? Christina, wow, the CrowdStrike stock is down a lot again today. There you go. Yeah, so not everyone is happy with everything everywhere. It's not, it's not happy everywhere. Not good times everywhere. What can I say? Oh my goodness gracious! What can I say? The Dow Jones, the Trump Media, the DJT stock, it's down 82 cents to 34.17. That stock was $53 at one time, on a bit of a pop there, but not doing so well now. Royal Caribbean down 37, DraftKings down 27, AMC down 3.5, American Airlines down 12 cents, Disney down $1.30, Walmart up 38 cents, Costco up 10.50 a share. There's something interesting. Costco shares are 8.48 a share, and Costco is at near all-time highs. I think, let me double check it. The all-time high for Costco is 8.96. It's had a hell of a run the last year. Disney is at 94.40 now. Disney several years ago was as high as almost 200 share, 197 5 years ago. They were at the 197. Disney now is $94, and the difference between Disney and Costco. One of the things that I know is a differential. I'm pretty sure I'm right. I don't believe, and tell me if I'm wrong or not, but are not the Disney employees, do they get any stock options on Disney stock? Like if you're a $20 an hour employee, can you get Disney stock in your 401k if you contribute to it? Will Disney match and give you paper in Disney? Because I know that in Costco, you can get Costco paper. I believe they were offering Costco paper for employees of Costco up until a little while ago. And I'm not sure if it's still going on. I think it is, because I was aware of a particular Costco employee that I would say hi to when we would come in the store down in California, down in Rancho Mirage. And the employee was telling me, "Oh yeah." I said, "Well, are you still working? When do you retire?" And she was saying, "Next year. I hit 60 next year and I retire uh, with all my stock, with all my shares." And at that time, the stock was 650 to 700. Now it's 800, 850, pushing. It was pushing 900. And I don't know how many she had, but she had a couple of hundred shares, at 900 a share, it's 180 grand worth of stock. I don't know if Disney employees have the same kind of a deal, but I can tell you that very happy Costco employees never leave, because once you get several hundred shares, you have so much value in your stock, you don't quit. Anyway, that's interesting. Um, Anyway, there you go. Brian, I also believe that most politicians never had a real job in their life. That's why their politicians usually grow up with money. Brian, Uncle Bruce, how are you liking the heat in Calgary? It's above 30 for another few days. We have air conditioning. We're very, very fortunate here. Lorraine, I think age may be unconstitutional. Wouldn't buy. CrowdStrike's going to owe billions in lawsuits. Christina, Walt Disney companies typically show a grant of options or RSUs with your first job offer, followed by refreshers either annually or as a bonus. Stephen Butler, I'm surprised the Dow Jones, the Donald J. Trump stock has stayed as high as it has. Revenues and profits are not part of the calculation, obviously. Does it get value if he's elected as the propaganda department? Why buy this stuff? CrowdStrike has a lot of government contracts, former FBI on the board as well. Must be nice. There you go. Yeah, CrowdStrike has its problems. The Donald Trump stock has no revenue. They have no revenues. And what kind of a future does this company have 15 years from now, when Donald J. Trump is 94, whatever age he's going to be? Is he working full time for this company after his rebirth as president if he becomes president? How lucid will he be? How much of a driving force will this company have? I have no idea. I just don't know. Anyway, there's something interesting, isn't it? Yeah, Calgary hot, but not in this house. We're fine. We're very good. In the evenings, we go down into the high 50s and 60s. So people open their windows in the evenings and let in the cool air. And then around 11, 12 o'clock, we shut our windows and keep the cool air in, keep the hot air out. And if you have air conditioning, more power to you, of course. And then here we go again. Later this week, we're supposed to drop 15, 20 degrees for our day highs because coming into August, we usually break out of the summer heat and we start to back off. But we'll figure that out when we get there. You know, we'll track it and see what's going on. Anyway, there you go. Where are we at right now? The Dow is up 60 and only 60 points. So we've given up some ground on the Dow now. AI is up 15 cents at 27.98. GameStop is now red, 24.76, down 21 cents, but 2.5 million volume. There's no volume. SoFi, 738, down 8 cents right now. Volume on SoFi this morning, 5.5 million. Not a very lot trading. Not very. Yeah, not much. This is the low of the day, though. 738. So that's what we got. We don't get earnings for another week and a day. We got to wait until Tuesday morning next week before we see anything out of SoFi. So we got another week of who knows what. NVIDIA holding a 470 gain. Rocket Lab unchanged. Matterport up a half a penny. SmartRent up a half a penny. Over on Apple, we're still up 246. Tesla up 1060. Google up 391. Microsoft up 586. Netflix up $7. Facebook, Meta, 1332 gain. Very good day. And Amazon up 71. The Magnificent Seven are still green on our session here. Although the Dow has really slumped, it's only up now 3 points. It's about to go into the red, where S&P is up 40 points and the NASDAQ is holding a 231 gain. So there must be some Dow stocks having a little tough time of it. The losers on the Dow Jones, the stocks dropping the least are Merck, Goldman, Boeing, Procter and Gamble. They're not even down a 0.1%. Dow, Honeywell, McDonald's, they're down less than a percentage point. 0.4% to 0.6%. We're talking Johnson & Johnson, United Health, Cisco, and American Express. 1% or more, we're talking Coca-Cola, Caterpillar down 1%, 3M Company down 1.1%, Chevron down 1.17% because oil is off, Walt Disney down 1.99%, but the loser today is Verizon, 6.39% drop on Verizon. The winners, the biggest winner, Nike, 1.3%, Microsoft 1.3% higher, Salesforce 1.26 higher, Apple up 1.1, Amgen up 1.1. Then we got JP Morgan and Amazon about 0.5%, Home Depot 1/3% higher, so is Visa. Intel and Walmart 0.3% higher, IBM 2.26, quarter of a point, and Travelers is unchanged right now, virtually unchanged. Just like Merck, unchanged, Goldman pretty well unchanged. So there's a bunch of flat stocks, few up, but a couple of down, but only one stock in trouble. That's Verizon, down 6%. After that, it's 0.19, 1.9, 1.1. There's a few, 1%ers down and up. That's it. It's really not that crazy here, but we are down now 20 points on the Dow Jones. That is official. The Dow is now off 20 points. Now I see it down 29, I think. Now 37. And S&P down 38. Now make that up 38 for S&P. And NASDAQ up 230 still at the moment. There you go. There's the story at the moment, everyone. And 24.57 on GameStop. So we're now down 40 cents. So this is the low range of the day. 24.55.54 is the low of the day for GameStop. 2.7 million traded, down 43 cents. That's it. SoFi 738 down 9. Nvidia up 430. AI up 2 cents. Just hanging on right there as we continue to watch this opening hour of activity as we were trying to figure out what is the market really interested in doing today. Most large cryptocurrencies are falling right now. Chainlink, Dogecoin, they're dropping right now. Okay. And CrowdStrike is tumbling. Airlines are facing tech outage pain. Oh boy. A tech outage pain. That's what the story is right there. Well, we'll see how this plays out. Yeah, okay. Rocket Lab, no change. SoFi down 9. GameStop down 38. 24.59. Looks like we're trying to come back. Now we're back to 24.51 again on GameStop. We're backing up again. Matterport is up a quarter of a penny. Nothing on 23andMe. Spires at 13.75 at down 26 cents. Nothing on ATIP. Smart Rent up. Looks like a half a penny. Nothing going on there. Apple is up 190. Now it's slipping a little bit. Tesla 1050 higher. Microsoft up 550. Alphabet up 370. Amazon up 89. Nvidia up $4. 411. Meta up 1150. Goldman up down 140. Cisco down 37. Arc is up 7. Pfizer down 48. HPQ up 38. Unity down 16. AI up a dime. Adobe up 430. Spiders are up 3. Netflix is up 980. In Qs, the triple Qs are up 520. IBM up 18. Centino, Vanik Semiconductors up 550. Home Depot down 80. Enphase down 250. Palantir down 67. And Uber down 2. Some mixed results here so far in the morning, everybody. Welcome to the program, everyone. Nice to have you here. Where we got the Dow off just 24 points. It's not really looking to. Sorry, hang on a second. Let me double check that. Sorry, the Dow is off 28 points, not really dropping hundreds of points. S&P up 32 and Nasdaq up 200, and oil down 92 cents at 79.29. Oil under 80. Auntie Jen, how are you today?
Well, being an Albertan, we live and die by the price of oil.
Yes, although 79 and 80 US.
Yeah.
Around here, people make money. They make good money around here at these prices. But yeah.
You'll still pull it out of the ground.
Oh, yeah. I think Alberta can still make a go of it at about 55 US, barely.
I was thinking 60.
Yeah. Under 55 US, you start to see shutdowns. You'll start seeing certain oil fields get.
The iron horses stop moving.
Yeah, those iron horses just don't do that anymore.
You don't see many of those anymore either.
True, just true. A lot of water injection.
We miss
now.
Our iron horses.
Yeah, it's old technology, expensive.
So you got everything working okay?
Yeah, I was having problems this morning getting my show up and running properly, but then it seemed to come together and we seem to be okay.
Maybe just a glitch from the Friday mess.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Richard Carling is saying good morning to you. So is Larry Titus.
Hey, Larry.
How you guys doing? Thank you all for saying hi to Auntie Jen. Yeah, what can I say? This market, what is the market supposed to do? In the last 10 days, what has been happening to what could have been happening to the markets the last 10 days? What's happening now? Oh my goodness. We've got history in the making here, and the next month will be even more historic. Who's going to be? Who's going to lead the Democratic ticket on the top and the bottom? This is unbelievable.
The talking heads keep saying how that last week was the longest month they've spent.
Last week was the longest month. No kidding. I'll tell you, it was insane.
We'll give America another chance to elect a woman.
Well, that's right. Johnny Diaz, good morning, everybody. Brian
Morning,
is saying Whitezilla, GameStop went up like 11 days in a row or something.
Yeah.
Did the market go up? Had a great run, bound to have a drop at some point. Likely they let it run to 30, sell as many calls as they could, and then drop it for premiums. Well, we'll see how all these stocks do here. Sometimes you can have an 11-day losing streak. You can go the other way,
Right.
and it just doesn't stop. It can be bad the other direction. What can I say? 248 on Tesla now, 248.50 up 912, and Google's up 350 today. The Magnificent Seven are all higher this morning
There you go.
so far, anyway. Watching
There
for
you
that.
go.
Yeah, so there
It's
you
a happening thing.
Oh, it's a happening thing. Anti-Gen, is it ever? I think today is a jelly bagel day.
Well, it is Monday.
It's got to be.
You got to start the week off.
The 8-second attention span weekend we've had here. My goodness. Unbelievable.
Right?
Wild and wacky.
Wild and wacky.
Yeah.
We're supposed to, later this week, have a low of maybe like 11 or 12.
That's Celsius. Calgary.
But our lows have been like 19 and 20.
Yeah, the low on
It's too
Friday.
high for a low.
51 Fahrenheit
Oh.
is our low
And
on
you know what
Friday.
that is? That's open every window
That's
in the
11
house.
Celsius, yeah. That I can tell you, Calgarians across the city will
Oh.
open their windows at night, let this 50-degree air in, let out the 80-degree air
Possibly.
out.
Possibly put like maybe a blanket back on.
Maybe we use a blanket again. Yeah, the high on Friday will be 75 degrees.
Oh,
That's our high.
right?
Today's high is expected to hit 90 around here. That's
That's
hot for us.
That's when all of the plants, the outdoor plants go, oh yeah, okay, here it is, there it is. Yeah, I can relax and not scorch to death.
High today in Palm Desert, 109.
Yeah, too much.
114 expected on Thursday for the high in Palm Desert, California.
Too much.
That's where we were for the winter. We're not there now. Yeah. Isn't that something? Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
Okay, bagel.
Thank you
I'm on bagel
so
duty.
much.
Okay.
Bagel Patrol.
Bagel patrol.
Giddy up,
Okay.
everybody. Thank you so much. Stephen Butler. Good morning, Jen. Try the Oprah thing with the audience with cheese bagels. You get a cheese bagel. You get a cheese bagel. You get a cheese bagel. You get a bagel. You get a bagel. A white Zilla. Very true. Had it actually broken through 30.31. We might have seen it take off, but unfortunately, that was a no-go on. I think we're talking GameStop. I think that's what we're talking about over there. So far, that's the story. 24.65 now on GameStop. A little better. It's still down 34 cents on the session here with a 3.4 million volume. Very quiet session. 24.67. 27.77 on AI right now. That's where we are there. SoFi 736 down 11 cents. The low of the day 735 on SoFi. 6.8 million volume. Very quiet day today so far. NVIDIA up 380, 121.74. Rocket Lab up 5 cents to 524. The low today 519. The high 534 on Rocket Lab. 715,000 volume. Not a lot to talk about there. Matterport 428.5. The shareholder vote is in 4 days to allow the company to be taken out at 550. 275 in cash and 275 in stock. Going to happen on, I guess, Friday, I guess. Smart Rent, that's when the vote happens. Smart Rent 235, no changes yet. ME 44 cents, no changes. Apple 230 higher, so it's coming back up again. Or no, it's still dropping here. We were up 4 something. Now we're only up 230 on Apple. Tesla up $8. Google up 340. Microsoft up 540. Netflix up 14, Meta up 1040, Amazon up 63. So the Magnificent Seven are still all green right now on the day. Supermicro Computer 782.22, down 14.50 today, with NVIDIA higher. So interesting there. Uber down 12, Adobe up 293, AMD up 285. So we have some positive stocks, negative stocks. The Dow down 57 points. There's the story right now. Brian says, I am happy. I sold $26 cash secured puts for August the 16th. have some time to watch and see what happens. Meanwhile, my covered calls are dropping. Yeehaw on my GameStop contracts. Beach Boy, when Antigen comes in, I make money. Friday, I wrote GameStop July 26 covered calls at 70. Just bought back at 66 to 48 cents. Made 13 grand. Wrote half for next Friday 25s. I wrote them for 147 to 160. Making money here when Anti-Gen comes around. A Whitezilla. I was joking the other day with someone about the fact you guys up north are getting temps that we see down south on a normal basis. And Beach Boy saying, case in point, I'm making money again on GameStop. Yes, here in Canada, we are sometimes just blown away by how hot it gets in the southern U.S., how just stifling, and the high humidity. And of course, in Canada, you can live in Ontario, Toronto, Hamilton, suffer the same kind of hot, oppressive weather that a lot of the U.S. gets. High humidity, 90s, 100s, miserable. You can be in the Maritimes and you can get all kinds of weather in the Far East, or you can be all the way out here in the West. You got the prairies, foothills like us, and the mountains in British Columbia, all the way to Victoria and Vancouver, where you get some spectacular weather like Seattle does. Still, it varies across Canada just like in the U.S. It's amazing. Dude is saying, NVIDIA and Tesla are doing okay. This works for me. Rock and roll, everybody. Well done. Look, kids, make your dough however you make your dough. Whether you're writing just call options that are out of the money, let them depreciate over time and just say thank you. Whether you're going to write poor man covered calls, short to medium contracts you're going to write against long contracts. Fair enough. Cash secured puts. There's nothing wrong with writing at the money, in the money, or out of the money puts, as long as you're bringing in a premium. That's the way to go. And then credit spreads. Oh my goodness, credit spreads. So many ways to play the credit spread game. Call credit spreads, put credit spreads, conservative trades can be executed and can be followed. Giddy up, everybody. It looks like the Dow is coming back. We're only down 7 again. Intraday moves are surprising, aren't they? Quite interesting. AI still now negative, down 6 cents. 27.77 on AI. GameStop 24.64 to 66 is kind of where we're at on 3.5 million. Still down 33 cents. SoFi, coming back, 7.40, down 7 cents. Just down 7 on SoFi. Earnings 8 days from now. We get the earnings. Let's see what they're all about. Let's figure it out. NVIDIA 121.56 up 360. Rocket Lab 528 up 8. There you have it. There's the story right there, everybody. Welcome all to the program. Let's see what gives. Keep up the good work, everybody. Spider up 320. Tesla up 950 again, going up. That's what seems to be happening. Up 358 now on Google. Looks like it's improving too. All right, 24.73 on GameStop. Yep, down 25 cents instead of down about, what did we get down to? 24.38. We just came back almost 40 cents a share from the low of the day. 24.76 right now. The high of the day, 25.33. We need 58 cents to hit the new high of the day. That's all it requires. Nothing much of a move. As you are well aware, what GameStop can do in a minute. $5, $4, $3 in a minute, like any time. For whatever reason, so far pretty calm though. 24.38 with a low, 24.33 for the high. Not even a $2 swing today on GameStop. AI down just 2 pennies. We're looking to go green on AI. The Dow's down less than 1 point. We're about to go green on the Dow. Looks like it's coming back. AI just went green. GameStop 24.82, only down 15 cents. We're going green again. It would appear we might be going green. SoFi 7.42, only down 5 cents. So we are coming on with a bit of a move. We're up 1 penny on AI. We're green now on AI. NVIDIA's up over $4 again. Rocket Lab now is up 8 cents. So we've got gaining stocks. We have stocks gaining a little bit here. 24.84 on GameStop. GameStop, 24.84, down 13. So we've come back about almost 50 cents from the low in about 10 minutes. So there you go. Okay, now Beach Boy is saying, my mistake here. I wrote 107 that I bought back at 48 to 66 cents. Rewrote half for next Friday at 149. So that's what's going on here. He went from 107 down to 66.48, bought that stuff back. Now is writing for next Friday expiry 149. So bringing in more money, buying back for 50 cents. Bringing in 149 again. There you go. This is how you do it in volume, I'm sure. Whitezilla, maybe my thinking is wrong, but it just seems like you've really got to be on the button and have some time in your hands to do call and put options. Brian, looks like capital gains tax in Canada, you are taxed 50% of your gains at your tax bracket. This is up to 250 grand. Now, anything above that in any calendar year, you're taxed at 66.6% of the gain at your tax rate. There you go. There you got it. Yeah, so sure. So if you make $200,000 a year in Canada on capital gains, you only pay tax on $100,000. You got to add $100,000 to your other income, whatever that would be. You'll come up with the new number, and you'll pay tax at that rate. Yeah. The first $100,000 is tax free. Half of it is free. If it's 200 and let's say you make 300,000, you'll pay the first 250,000. The 125 is free. You pay on 125, and then over 250 to 300, that's taxed at 66%. So it's 33,000 added to the 125,000, where the 125 is free. That's how this works. So if you make $1 million in capital gains in Canada in 1 year, the first 250 is only at 50%, and the remaining 750 gain, 66% is taxable. Does that make sense to you then? Whitezilla, I'm curious, I'm just nervous because I don't always have time to check the market or get online to see how things are going, and it kind of makes me nervous to get even into it. Well, it gets interesting when people begin to notice, I write these 10 contracts for $3.50 a piece, and then they come down to like $1, and I'm up like $2,500. I could just buy them back and score a $2,500 profit. But this is taking time away from my office job, my real job. And then people say, but wait a minute, am I making $2,500 a week in my office job? Like, I just wrote 10 contracts. I didn't write 100. I didn't write 1,000. I just wrote 10. What if I do 10 credit spreads on 5 different stocks at the same time, and I'm bringing in $1,500 per spread? I'm bringing in $7,500, and if I'm going to keep, say, 5 of that in the next week or two, in 2 weeks, if I clear $5,000 doing that, is that equal to what I make at work or more? This starts to come into play too. Whitezilla, dude saying you can put in an offer on a close or write and wait for it to hit. If it does, you don't even have to be there. If you write out far enough, you don't have to worry. There's that as well. Just put in a stink bid to buy these back and just close them out. If you get hit, you get hit. It can easily be set and forget. You can set and forget it. Learn all the strategies. The first step. Once it clicks, you can see how we do it around here. Brian, also in Canada, your broker fees are all tax deductible, which is good because our fees aren't cheap in Canada. Vladdy, number 154. John Jacobs, screw that. Dude.
You get a bagel.
You get a bagel. And you get a bagel. And you get a bagel.
Yeah. Well, you get a bagel, but you get to hear him chew it. So.
Oh.
Is that the same as getting a bagel?
Is that the same? Dude says here, when I first started taking the lessons, I felt lost as well. Takes time, but you will see the new language of options writing if you stick with it and add it. True. You've just got to stick it out. Sometimes you just got to stick it out.
And do their little test ones, or just do it at home. Write down what you want to do.
Do some.
Watch it. See what happens.
Do some trading on.
And then you'll have your
practice
your epiphany. You'll have your come to Jesus moment, and it'll make sense. It will. Promises.
Come find the Lord. Come find the Lord.
The Lord of options.
The Lord of option shrinkage. The
Or
world of George Costanza.
Shrinkage or growth? Shrinkage or growth? Which way you want to ride the train? Both ways.
Shrinkage is good.
Doesn't it smell good?
Oh man,
There's
this is
something.
awesome.
There's something about the classic. Just smells so.
It's just so nice.
Yeah.
It's just so good. Larry Titus is going bagel, 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 bagel.
That's right.
Jan Jacobs, 66%. Dude, it took me a good year of back and forth until I learned how it is done.
Mhm.
Almost all my strategies are set and forget. I just take my position and I put in stink bids to buy them back and I leave them alone.
There you go. There you go.
Brian, yes, it is definitely a different language. One day it will click and you will be wearing your smarty pants too.
That's right.
Yeah, James of the Misty Tree.
Wearing
He
your
was
big
he was
oxygen.
in the pool. He was in the
I'll leave you with your bagel.
Oh, thank you so much, Auntie Jen.
Gonna
We've
go and
got a day going here. We're
get
trying
the
to
day going.
stay on top of it. 24.85 on GameStop. We're only down
Little smoky
12
out
cents. Is it a little bit, or is
Oh,
it thunder
BC's
showery?
on fire. No, it's
Yeah.
smoke.
Oh.
Yeah, BC's on fire. I'm sorry, BC.
Oh my! Oh my! Thank you, Jen. White feather. I put in stink bids immediately after I write. Immediately. Boom. That's how I do it. I write them. I put in stink buy orders to buy them back, close them out. They hit, they hit. I don't even have to watch it. There you go. White feather, good morning, Auntie Jen. Beach Boy, Auntie Jen, when you come in, I bring in money. I'm just saying. I just make money when you come in. $24.90 on GameStop. It's moving up, down 7 cents now. It's coming back. Looks like it wants to go to $24.92. SoFi, 743, down 4. That's it. That's all. Dow's up 34. We're green on the Dow. AI is up. NVIDIA up over 4 again. We're climbing again. Not much of a sell-off. Nope, not much at all. Welcome, everybody. Welcome all. Madport, unchanged. Smart Rent, up 2. ME, up 1/10 of a penny. Apple, up 237. Tesla, up 860. Google, up 326. Microsoft, up 570. Netflix, up 931. Meta, up $12. Amazon, up 15 cents. Still green on the Magnificent 7 so far today. There we are. 24.98 on GameStop. We're green now. We're green on GameStop again. We were down to 24.38. We're now at 25.01. Here we go. The high today, 25.33. We're moving up. B Tizzle, I'm sitting on a 24.5 GameStop that expired this week. Open for a 235 credit and can close at any time you want. I would imagine what you're going to tell us here. Yeah, look, the stock's 25.04. So this contract is 55 cents in the money. So what? What do you care? You got 235 for this thing. You can shut this down anytime you want, and we're 25.05. Stock dips back again under 25. You might shut it down today. You might wait till tomorrow. You might wait till Wednesday. B-Tizzle, yeah, you'll figure it out. You get taken out at 24.50, plus you got 235. You're being taken out at 26.85. We're at 25.14 right now. Still making money. White Zilla, okay, so if I wrote a call for 25 and it closes this week above 25, that's all what would matter, right? Brian, 25. B Tizzle, I'm sitting on a 24.5 call expiring Friday. Received 235. I can close it right now for 125. Still seems like too much to pay. It's only worth 65 cents a share contract right now. It's only worth 65 cents. Isn't that amazing? Can do this anytime. 25.10 on the stock right now. GameStop. SoFi, unchanged, 747. The low in SoFi, 733. We're back to 747. Welcome back. Welcome back, everybody. GameStop, 25.10. Okay? Okay. Mm, 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 mm. Now, Whitezilla, I don't know what you're asking me. If you wrote a call for $25 on GameStop, let's assume, and it closes at the end of the week above $25, you will be exercised. They will buy stock from you at 25 a share, plus you get to keep the premium. If the shares close at 24.99 or below on Friday night, at the end of the day, the contract you wrote is worthless. You keep all the money. No one takes your stock from you at 25. You can write a new contract next Monday. But if they do take your stock from you, if it closes at 25, you will be bought out at 25. You keep the money you already got. Contract is dead. Monday morning, you could theoretically buy back your stock on the open market if you wish, because you just got 25 a share plus the money you already had. You can buy the stock back on Monday morning and then write a new call on Monday for 25 or 26 or whatever price you want for the next Friday or the Friday after, up to you. So you're always writing. Okay. I stayed in Raymond, Alberta this weekend. I didn't realize it was on the way to the Coots border crossing where they shut down the road during COVID. Now, I understand why it happened there. A bunch of hicks and rednecks with time on their hands. Also, Raymond is a dry community. It was hot down there. Yeah, what are you doing in Raymond? What are you doing in Raymond? Whatever. Dow's up 40. Mm. I wonder if there's any option writers in Raymond. Could be. I mean, full-time option writers in Raymond. I don't know. Mm. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, that's exactly what I was wondering, Uncle Bruce. Now, okay, got it. Okay. You see, Whitezilla, there are viewers here who are not afraid to get their shares taken from them because they get paid for them in cash. They don't mind. They'll sit here and go, the stock's at 25.07 right now. Why don't I write a contract that dies this Friday? Why don't I write a 25? Why don't I dare these guys to take it away from me? Why don't I do that? Because right now, let me just take a look at contracts if this works. Yeah, July 26th is the next expiry. Okay, the $25 contracts right now are 84 to 85 cents. There are people who are writing $25 calls that die this Friday. They're willing to take 84 cents right now because they're sitting there going, the stock's at 25.02. If I get taken out, I actually get 25.84. Some people are kind of happy with that. Others are saying, I'm going to write 24s. They're in the money $1, and I can get $1.30 for them. Some folks might want to do that. Others might be saying, Bruce, I want more money than that. I don't want to just take in 80 cents or small premium. I want a bigger premium. So I'm going to go out to maybe August the 2nd expiry, the Friday after, and I'll write the 25s. They're 151 to 167. If I get taken out at 25, I end up being paid 26.51 to 26.67. I don't mind getting paid that kind of money for this stock. There are people who will buy it right now at $25 a share, immediately write these contracts immediately, knowing they just hauled in $1.55, $1.60. They're only into the stock for $23.40. There are people who will do that. Of course, there are other folks here who are saying, 25 a share, this thing could go to 30 by next week. Why don't I just take $2,500 instead of buying the stock? Why don't I just write a $25 cash secured put? I could get paid 165 to 185 right now which is $165 to $185 for every 100 shares I do this with. So for every $2,500, I'll get almost $170 right now for next week Friday. And if the stock stays over 25 a share, no one will make me buy stock at 25 a share. I'll keep the $170 and my 2,500. Say thank you. Of course, if you want to go further out and really bring in some dough, you want to go to the third Friday of the month, August 16th. You can write a $25 contract for $260 to $270, or write a $25 cash secured put for $271 to $280. That is not even a month from now, roughly. You could do that game. Not a bad game you can play there. Again, it's up to you what your risk tolerance is, expectations. Do you mind getting exercised or not? Yeah, all kinds of ways to play this thing. Yeah. Brian is saying there's actually some money down there. We were there for a family reunion. Her community has some money. I think there were a lot of Mormons and Hutterites or something down there. Brian, they also have some of the best lawns I've ever seen. Where are all the weeds? Unbelievable. B. Tizzle, I was double dog daring my GameStop 24 and a half to get exercised while it was running to 30 the other day, and they didn't do it. Puddin' pie. What needs to happen to SoFi to get the covered calls to be moneymakers like GameStop? Well, we need movement. We need much more movement. We're too low right now. B. Tizzle, Puddin', I don't know what's going on there. Uncle Bruce, I wrote a 155.60 IBM put credit spread that dies this Friday. I'm going to get $41 for this. Should I write another one, but at a higher price maybe for the same amount? Yeah, if you can get a higher premium, maybe. Well, let's take a look here at this. Can I get this to work here on this one? IBM. It's a 184 a share. So you writing 155.60s are staying well behind the market. Very good. The odds of you having these contracts go in the money is very slight, which is why the premium is so tiny. But it is 8% on your $500 risk for this Friday. Now, if you can get 45, 55 cents for the same risk level, grab it. Sure, we're up $1.09 right now. Those contracts are well off at 184 a share. Amazing. You got many choices here, but if you got $5,000 and you did 10 of these, you bring in $410 for this Friday on IBM. 155, 160 with the market 184. Nice conservative trade. Dude, wouldn't buy. Demand for the stock, smaller float would help on SoFi. Right. I hear you. The earnings are next week, Tuesday morning, pre-market. The shares would like to go into that 850, 950 range and then get excited about 3 months after that when we get the final results for the fourth consecutive quarter of profits. That would be a wonderful thing. I'm looking forward to it. But the stock does fluctuate. No question about it. Will they beat the street? I've asked you this. Many of you have predicted it would. They're going to beat the street by a country mile, Bruce. They're going to beat the street. By the way, we have 158 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody. 361 votes have come in on my poll question today. Should Trump step back because he is too old to run for president? If Biden is too old, should Trump also step back because he's too old? 43% say yes, he's too old. 57% say, oh, no, he's fine. All is well. Okay. Thanks for answering the poll question. Juan is saying to me, on those IBMs, you hit the nail right on the head. It's what I did. I did 10 of those I brought in $410 for this Friday expiry. Every day, if you get to keep that 410 every day this week, you're making $80 a day. They're handing you shrinkage that'll equate to $80 a day. So you don't have to do anything to collect this $410. I get questions all the time from viewers who say to me, I don't want to do a lot of risk taking here. I want to be very conservative. And I say, well, are you happy making 8% on your money in 5 days? Pretty good return, conservative trade, right here on IBM. $20 out of the money, pretty well, for a week. IBM doesn't go up or down $20 a day. It doesn't do that. So I have a pretty good vibe for one, that at the end of the week, Friday afternoon, one is going to be going, they died, zero. These contracts went to zero. Something tells me Friday morning, even before we trade on Friday, if the shares are 184 a share, 180, 184, this spread will be down to like a nickel. He'll be so low. He's going to sit back and go, should I just buy it back now and write a new spread for next Friday, this Friday, so I get the full week of depreciation? And can I bring in maybe 50 cents, 60 cents on my $500, or $500 to $600 on my $5,000? Should I do that? That's what's going to go through his mind here. He's got to figure this out, what he wants to do. But it's from a position of a win. Very conservative right, way out of the money. Well done. Listen, I remember last time they beat their earnings. The lack of positive forward guidance sent the price down. This could happen again. Anything could happen again. There could be the opposite, the George Costanza effect, where analysts all of a sudden go, this is the third time for the third quarter in a row they've made money. And if they make money this fourth quarter, which they're probably going to do because each quarter gets bigger and bigger and bigger, these guys are eligible for S&P 500 inclusion. That's one of the things. Eventually, someone's going to pick up on it. I don't know what the rest of the street's doing. Financial mischief. I'm still waiting for my GameStop October 24 $10 strike rights that I sold for $440 to get aside for $444. My arms are folded. Come and get me, baby. Come on, I'm up here. Take me out. Dude, the poll of yours was, it's only making Trump fans upset, I see what you did there. Tomorrow's poll should be, who's better, Uncle Bruce or Trump? Maybe that's what you should do. Dude, just think of me as the devil on your shoulder. Well, he ain't no spring chicken, I'll tell you that. But whatever. Everybody has their opinion. Mm-hmm. It's the best thing about America. The last piece of bagel, oh boy, it's just so good. So good, guys. I love it. $25.02 on GameStop. That's where we're at. SoFi right now, $7.44, down 3. A disaster day? No. Quiet day? Yeah. So far. Dude. Warren Buffett, very old, very, very old. Yeah, let's count how many Warren Buffetts are there out there right now. One and oh, one, you know, Christina, have you always had a bagel every day? No, but I used to love. I've always loved bagels. Always. As a kid, I remember the household. Oh man, I remember as a kid. We used to live on the outskirts of Toronto, Ontario. We were about 15 miles out of Toronto, and my dad would. I remember, like, it would be something like. I'm trying to remember. It would be something like a Sunday, and my mom and dad would love to see open houses. They would love to see what nice houses looked like. Being from Europe, we were in a new house, a small bungalow house, um, but they love to see these splits and up downs and 2-story homes. I mean, so for them to see a $30,000 house when their house was $12,000, let's see what a $30,000 house looks like. They were curious. So my mom would dress me up and my sister up like we were going to Sunday school, all dressed up, and they would head in towards some of the suburbs in Toronto where brand new houses were being built or renovated homes or whatever. Anyway, so we would dutifully follow our parents. And on the way home, after several hours of this, they would stop at the Yorkdale Shopping Center. I think it was called Yorkville Shopping Mall, just off the 401. If I got my bearings right, in Yorkville, Ontario. Huge shopping mall, huge. And they had like at that time they would have had a Sears store. They may have had Kresge's, and they would have had all these other shops. But they had a wing of the mall. This is 1960. This is 1964. Three, four. I'm 8. 63. One wing of the mall was strip mall stores. You had the barber. You had the laundromat. You had the bakery. In this case, they had a Jewish bakery store that my dad knew well. We'd stop at the Jewish bakery store. Mom and dad we're not Jewish. We're not Jewish, but my dad knew freshly made bagels on a Sunday. He'd park the car in the parking lot and he'd say, "Wait here." Smart, because if he allowed us in, the kids, in there, we would see under the glass all the cakes, all the pastries, all the sweets. We'd just be going bananas. So we'd be jumping up and down going, "Dad, you got to get there." So he'd keep us in the car with Mom. I never realized how smart this guy was until I became his age. And in my 30s and 40s, I went, "Geez, that guy was pretty smart." Yeah, so we're stuck in the Volkswagen, pointed away from the bakery. We're looking over the parking lot, away from the bakery. We're not even in a parking stall in front of the bakery. We're like a row away. So he's way back there. Can't see through the window from where we were, through the back window of a Volkswagen square back station wagon. Couldn't see. He goes in. He comes back with a paper bag. That's how groceries were packaged in those days. A big paper bag filled with 24 assorted bagels, all warm, freshly made bagels. The aroma that was filling the car. Unbelievable. So Mom had the bag of bagels on her lap or between her legs in the front of the car. And we were driving back to Pickering, Ontario, Bay Ridges, Ontario, about 15, 20, 30 minutes. And we would have this aroma of freshly made bagels in the car. Oh my God. Oh, by the time we got to the house, we didn't need to be reminded, we're home now, let's get out of the car. Oh, we were the first out of the car. I mean, we couldn't wait to get into the house because we knew the first thing we're going to do is we had to go into our bedrooms and change out of our Sunday best into our schlep clothing. And mom and dad would get out of a suit and tie. Mom would get out of her nice dress and heels, and we would now be dressed for the house. And my mom would now take a couple of bagels, cut them in half, and she'd put the butter on them. And then we would put whatever was going on top of them. And that could be from marmalade, jam, to some kind of cheese or cheese whiz, or my dad would have a slice of ham on his with some cheese on, whatever. And we would be at the table eating freshly baked or made bagels in the house. Oh my God. But my dad, so smart, never let us in there to notice that there were all these Jewish delicacies, linses and knishes and carrot cake, black forest cake, multi-layered chocolate cake. We never saw that. Never were allowed in the bakery. Oh, my dad was so ahead of his time. He had the knowledge. No, you don't let those two kids in there. They'll be out of control. It'll be insanity. No, tears. There'll be tears when we walk out of there with just a bag of bagels. Oh, no. So, yeah, he played that game perfectly. He was pretty smart. Anyway. And there you go. Thank you all. My goodness. Anyway, folks are talking about the Biden-Trump thing. It's like there's no tomorrow. Knock yourself out, kids. It doesn't matter if you're an option writer. 2606 on GameStop right now. Holding a gain. It's up 8 cents. SoFi 745, just down 2 cents. That's all. The Dow is up 183. A complete turnaround on the Dow to surge higher. I mean, here is your day's chart on the Dow Jones. Look at that. First thing we're up, then down, and look at the surge to higher highs. Here we go. Yeah. What can I say? A big turnaround. So AI is up 22 cents. GameStop up 11. SoFi down 1 penny. Nevada and Nvidia up 472. Rocket Lab up 4. Matterport up a half a penny. SmartRent up 1.5 cents. ME up 1.8 cents. We've got Apple up 220. Tesla's now up 916. Google up 368. Microsoft up 704. Netflix up $19. Meta, Facebook up 12.15, and Amazon up 59. The Magnificent Seven are all higher, and throw Netflix on top of that right now. That is what's going on here. What a wonderful bagel story, Bruce. I love this. New Zealand bagels are nasty, chewy things that sit like a brick in your stomach. I buy croissants. Lovely, flaky, wonderful. Yeah, they're great. The bagel story. Oh my God. Yeah, the rest of the bagels in the paper bag would be put in the freezer. My dad had one of those giant 6-foot wide freezers in the basement. Downstairs would go the bag of bagels. And once a week, maybe every weekend, he would come upstairs with 2 or 3 bagels on a Sunday morning or a Saturday morning, and he would have the cold water running on the sink, and he would wet each of the bagel with water, just make them wet, put them on a cookie sheet, and put them in the oven at 250 degrees to heat them up. That would defrost them and then warm them up, and that would take 15-20 minutes before microwaves. This is 1963-4, and the whole house would start smelling like fresh bagels. Oh God, we couldn't wait for those to be done. Salivating. What a wonderful time. Anyway, there you have it. Good times for all. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on? Nice gains on the Magnificent Seven. Super Micro still down $21. Can't catch a break yet. Uber's up 55. Adobe's up $8. AMD's up 350. Unity up 3 cents. Enphase down 51. Aspire up 9. ATIP down 4. Moderna's up 88. Cisco down 7. Pfizer down 30. IBM is up 99 cents to 184. 24. Looking good. HPQ up 49 cents. Home Depot down 2. Vanek Semiconductors 614 gain. Goldman Sachs up 329. Boeing is up 30 cents. Target is down 9. JP Morgan up 99 cents. Costco's up $10. Walmart down 7 cents. Disney down 138. American Airlines down a nickel. AMC up 3 cents. DraftKings down 43. And Royal Caribbean up a dime. 168.39 is the story at the moment. And there you have it. That's the deal. And there, I'm sticking to it. Anyway, there it is. So, folks, that's our show today for Monday, July the 22nd. Been on the air for 2 hours, 20 minutes. I want to thank you all for joining me today and hanging out with us. We're back to 25.18 now on your GameStop. It's trying to come back to that high level of 25.33. Just needs about 14, 15 cents to do that. Time will tell. The Tesla stock needs a 350 game to hit its new high of the day. So nothing happening there, but we'll see. SoFi 745 down just 2 cents. A little 10, 15 cent pop. We got a high today there. We'll see. AI up 31, 28.14. So we've got some positive movements there. Thank you all for joining me today. Hanging out with yours truly. Great to have you here. Keep up the good work on your option writing. Remember, it's a conservative strategy if you make it a conservative strategy. And make sure to always keep dry powder around. Take your time with these contracts. Do $200 credit spreads, $500 credit spreads, and build from there. Just build from there. Take your time. This is for the rest of your life. This isn't a 1 month or 6 month program. This is forever. And even something as conservative as writing way out of the money IBM put credit spreads is an excellent way to go. Out of the money Apple, out of the money Microsoft, out of the money Google, Amazon, out of the money anything, whether it's puts or calls, but substantially out of the money is the way to do it. And let the gamblers take all the risks, not you. Sit there with your strategies and fold your arms. Put in your stink bid to buy them back for half the price or a third of the price if you wish, or otherwise let them die if you can write weeklies. And if you can write weeklies on IBM or bi-weeklies on these kinds of contracts, why not take 6, 8, 10, 12% a week or two from the market? Grab it and just again and again and again and again and again. That is the name of this game. That can be the way to do it for the rest of your life. Thank you again for joining me, and thank you for those of you, congratulations to those of you who have stepped up, have grabbed the classes. You're taking advantage of the offer, 5 for 4. Congratulations, all of you out there who are doing it. You're stepping into the markets saying, hey, I want to learn how to do this. I'm willing to take the time to learn it, and away we go. I say congrats. Thank you. Thank you, Stephen Butler. Thank you, Bruce and Jen. Brian is saying, my mother used to buy Tim Hortons everything bagels and freeze them. She would make a sandwich with them as a treat once a week for us, meat and cheese and everything bagel with butter. Yum, yum, yum. I made a banana cake today. I even iced it. My thighs will hate me, says Sharon. There you go. Giddy up, everybody. Is banana cake like banana bread? Kind of, sort of. Lorraine, the man who does my lawn, whose father is 86 years old, works side by side with a son who's in his 30s. He does a better job than his son. He takes care of his wife with dementia. She's 56. There are heroes out there and some angels. White Dazilla, honestly wish you streamed longer sometimes. Thank you. That's only so much I can put together. Dude, thank you, Uncle Bruce. I feel blessed to have finally listened to you and stuck around, learn how to write thanks to your lessons. Brian, GameStop, 25.25. Bruce, giddy up. Yeah, 25.11 right now. Zilla, Bruce called it laughing out loud. Charlie, thanks, Uncle Bruce. Have a great day. See you tomorrow. And Juan, thank you, Uncle B. Thank you all for joining us. Thanks for patiently waiting for us to get our show together today. Thank you for joining us on the poll question. 369 answers now, 43 to 57% yes versus no. And thank you for these thumbs ups, guys, all morning long. They've kept coming in. We are now shooting 164 of them now, 36 away. The rerunners out there, I thank you for all of you out there who hit the button for us, the thumbs up button on rerun. Thank you all for getting us over 200 every time. Appreciate you all. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you for sure tomorrow morning. And I'll be on tonight at 8 o'clock Eastern for my, 7 o'clock Eastern for my Traveling with Bruce audience. If you want to join me on the other channel, Traveling with Bruce, I'll be on later today over there. Charlie, was cool to have a mini one-on-one this morning. Yeah, a little moment there. It kind of surprised me. What's going on? I don't know what's happening. Whitezilla, so much to learn. Oh, so much. Work it for the rest of your life, my friends. All right, everybody. Thank you all. Have a great rest of your day. This is Bruce from Calgary saying goodbye for now. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Take care, everybody. We'll see you.